What's up, friends? How the fuck you guys doing out there? Borough podcast here. We're about to get into some advertisements and then right into the episode. Guys, we're brought to you this episode by Municipal Land Survey. You can reach them at 631-345-2658. Hit them up for any kind of surveying needs that you need. You know, property lines, residential, commercial, land survey for tax purposes, whatever you got, just give them a call. We're also brought to you by Made to Thrive, an American t-shirt company. You can get them at www.madetothrive.us and on Instagram at madetothrive.us. Hit them up if you need some new threads. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now. Love them. They give me shirts. What can I say? And they're awesome. Also, we're brought to you by AS Engineering Services. You can reach them at www.asengineeringservices.com. Check out their website. They show lots of projects that they've worked on, that they're working on currently. They do new builds, rebuilds, residential, commercial, everywhere, all over this great state. You could also reach them at 631-560-0259. Alright guys, so our episode today we have Liz Underwood on, who is a good friend of ours. She's a veterinarian. So we talk about some of the interesting animals that she's seen. She's recently graduated, so she's kind of new, and talk about like the kind of culture shock that she went through, and dealing with patients and things like that. And we also talk about going to veterinarian school in the Caribbean, which is pretty cool. And then that deviates into some very interesting conversation like it normally does here with us. It was a ton of fun and very informative. So give it a listen, guys. Hope you love it. Alright guys, we're live. Let's get into it.
Borough podcast. D-Rock.
Yarvs.
Skanga. Our guest.
Hi, Liz.
And our pseudo research team. Eric out tonight. He's got a scarf on. Maybe he's got laryngitis. That's why he wants to not talk tonight. Alright, so Liz, quick question. Is it Underwood or Underwood?
I mean, I guess you could go either way.
Well, what's it on your birth certificate? Because I never know. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the release form. Underwood.
Yeah.
There's an ER there, but it's optional.
Because isn't your Instagram, your Instagram's UNDA, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I thought that was like your actual...
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, there's an ER in there.
Okay.
Like the country singer you follow, House of Cards.
No.
No? Okay.
No, I just wanted
very important name.
I just wanted clarification based off of how you spell it.
Fair enough.
No. Liz is a veterinarian, right?
Can't say your name, can't say your profession. You're all fucked up.
Yeah. You want to take the wheel on this?
It's funny, just a little sidebar. Before I was telling your brother, oh yeah, we're having a vet on tonight. He's like, oh yeah, what'd you serve? I was like, oh, veterinarian. Sorry, you got it.
The animal variety.
Funny sidebar while we're on it. If you guys are familiar with the Billy Joel song, "We Didn't Start the Fire," my favorite song when I was like 6, 7 years old. And there's a line in the song. He's like, AIDS, crack, homeless vets. I didn't know what a vet was except for a veterinarian. So in my mind, I would imagine this. It was homeless veterinarian. So I pictured bums like saving stray dogs like in Manhattan and shit. I had no idea like a vet was a vet of war. I had no idea what I was talking about. I was too young to know. So I'm like, why are all these vets homeless? So that was my. That's how I imagined that song. When I grew up, I was real disappointed because I thought there was people taking care of stray dogs all over the city.
There might be.
Yeah. Well, or
I
vets
feel like
going.
every homeless person you see in the city has a fucking dog with them.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. I thought they were fucking. I thought they were veterinarians. Pretty good logic for a 6-year-old, I think.
You come in all shapes and forms.
I mean, but you're not going homeless, right? You make good money.
I sure hope not.
All right.
I'd be in trouble.
So there you go. So I was dumb as a 6-year-old. But so you're a vet. You're pretty new to the job, though, right? Like a year in.
I am less than that. I graduated June of this year.
Right on.
Yeah.
So before I get into any of that stuff, you're essentially living every 6 to 8 year old girl's dream. You know that, right?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Like that's every girl's dream. They're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" "I'm going to be a veterinarian."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not.
Except you're doing a lot of hours now, right?
Yeah, depending. Oh, I'm doing a rotating internship right now, so I work many, many hours depending on what rotation I'm on. Some days it's like 80 hours a week. Other weeks it's not so much, but usually it's more rather than less.
Yeah,
But
I see your Snapchats, and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad napping.
what is sleep?
It's that busy?
Yeah, if when I was on overnights, it's a 15-hour shift. It's from 8 p.m. to, or I'm sorry, 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then obviously if they're busy in the morning, you still have to stay and help out. So, which is fine because I know any of my intern mates would do the same for me. But after you've worked 17 hours and you can't keep your eyeballs open, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, so wait, this is a paid internship though?
It is, yeah.
Okay. So how does that work? Like, is vet school the same as like medical school? Is it like very similar to like what doctors have to go through? Like, are you technically a doctor?
Yes, I am a doctor.
Okay.
My title at work is Dr. Underwood.
Okay. So, is it like the same? Because I have a decent understanding of the medical field, where like like nurses and doctors, they do 6-7 years of school, and then I know a lot go into internships and stuff like that, and then that's how you get your like what do they call it?
Your specialty or
Right.
your license, yeah.
And is it the same thing? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, so it's the same thing as med school. So med school, you go to 4 years of med school, and vet school, you do 4 years of vet school. And then after that, you take your boards and you can become licensed to practice. Most MDs, they specialize, so they'll do like emergency or surgery or something like that. As a vet, you're not required to specialize. Some people do, and it's a good way to, if you have something you really enjoy, then most people will, pursue that. And, as far as my case, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, which is why I did the internship, because that's the first step in getting a residency.
That was the word I was looking for, residency.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
You said specialty, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Once you said residency, I'm like, fuck, that's the word I want.
I concur.
Yeah, I should have concurred.
Yes. So it's not required to do residency in veterinary medicine, but if you want to pursue a specialty, you have to. And I wasn't sure. I really liked internal medicine, but their hours are tough even after you're a specialist. And then I wanted to do derm, then I realized doing just skin was really boring. So right now I'm leaning more towards emergency, but I'm technically only a quarter of the way through my internship, so I still have a lot of time left to decide if I do want to specialize and in what direction. And I may not. I may just stick with emergency after this. Because you see a little bit of everything, like you see orthopedics, you see eyeball stuff. Like I helped deliver puppies this weekend,
That's
like
awesome. That's cool.
I get to do all of that when I do emergency, so that's why I like it.
It's like essentially like getting residency in an ER, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very similar. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of parallels between like animal medicine and okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. It was one of like the more things I was curious about because in my mind I'm like, oh, vet. It's just like animal stuff. I didn't realize how specialized it was. You know?
Yeah.
I never knew. Like we haven't had a dog in a long time. I had a dog when I was a kid growing up. I had 2 Great Danes.
Ooh, that's cool.
And she went to the vet. Other than the normal checkup stuff, she went to the vet one time. We had to take her in because the big dogs, their stomachs can
flip.
knot up on them and flip. That happened to her.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a thing?
yeah. So bigger dogs, I guess the way.
To me?
You're not big enough. You're a different kind of big.
Right. Is that gonna happen to Jerry?
It could. If Jerry like runs too fast or something, like his stomach might. No. I'm not gonna try and tell you what's going on because she can explain it to you. So explain what it is.
So bloat or GDV, it's something where the stomach becomes distended with air, and then the stomach, they're not sure.
You have to dumb it down for people. What's distended?
So it becomes very
Like
large,
bloated out, right?
very bloated, and gets very big and full of air. And they don't know why, but for whatever reason, the stomach twists on itself.
Just poke a hole. That's the way.
It's one of the ways.
Yeah? Really? Oh wow. Nice, nailed it.
Nailed it, yeah. So it's, and they don't know what causes it, but it's a pretty serious condition. It's actually very life-threatening, so it's something that we recommend emergency treatment for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that with my one Great Dane. I was like 16, and we loaded her into the back of this truck, and we're driving her there. She keeled over and died on top of me. We got her in there. They fucking saved her. They brought her back, saved her, for her to die 4 months later of bone cancer.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's fucking awful.
So your dog died twice on the same day.
It wasn't the same day.
Oh, okay.
She died. She survived that initial surgery. She died, like, keeled over and died on top of me in the back of my father's truck. We got her into the vet, like, as she, like, pretty much, like, keeled over on me. They got her in there, revived her, did the surgery. She lived through the surgery. Recovered. Everything was fine. That was in, like, October. So January came around, I noticed she was, like, limping on her back leg. I'm like, Dad, you gotta take her to the vet. He's like, I'll do it. You know, like, at this time, my parents were divorced, so he would, like, come by to the house and get her occasionally. So he's like, I'll do it. And, like, a month went by. I'm like, Dad, she's limping. Like, gotta get checked out. So he takes her, picks her up, and, like, buys, like, new food, new toys, new collar, takes her to the vet. They check her out. I guess they, did x-rays and bone scans or whatever. She had, like, they said she had, like, 6% of her bone left in her back leg. They're like, she's got bone cancer and it's bad. They're like, 6 months maybe with treatment, but they were like, the bad thing is one day she's going to be walking and running in the backyard and that leg's going to break. So he just put her down right there. Yeah. So, like, he came home with, like, all this shit, you know, and no dog, and, like, it was
Didn't get a receipt.
This guy
I mean, I guess ashes are close to a receipt.
Almost.
Yeah, right? I think if you walk in and
and you tell that
with an urn, give my money back.
He might have done that afterwards, but I remember he came home with all the stuff. You know, I guess he was probably too distraught. He was pretty banged up about it. I had no idea that, you know, like, that whole surgery would be like a specialist thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I guess we probably got lucky because we took her there in the afternoon for that surgery. So we probably got lucky that someone was even there for her, I guess. Right?
Yeah. It depends on where you take them, but I mean, surgery is a very specific thing, and people these days are doing more and more and more for their pets. Like, they're doing renal transplants in cats now.
What?
Exactly. I know.
What the fuck is
wild.
I wouldn't do that for D-Rock.
I don't even know what it is. What's a renal transplant? It's a gland
So
thing?
it's you take a kidney from one cat, like a donor cat, that's from a colony, and then you transplant...
A colony?
Like, they have, like, a colony of research cats that they genetically manipulate so that way they can create these cats that can...
Oh, PETA is going to go bonkers hearing that shit. Lucky enough, PETA's probably not listening to us. That's crazy shit.
Yeah. So they'll take these donor cats, and then if a cat
I don't know why that
is
looks so weird to me.
Because it looks like cat porn. Like, this cat just, like, all splayed out.
Yeah.
So Eric is on top of the fucking Google machine tonight. He's got pictures
yeah.
of a cat laid out for surgery.
Yeah, so they'll have a cat that's in kidney failure, and they'll remove the bad kidney, and they'll put in the healthy kidney from the donor cat.
Yo, fuck you. You wouldn't give me a kidney, you piece of shit?
What?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know
I
you're
would
big
do-
and tall, but organs are the same size, aren't they? Like, your fucking kidney was fit in mine, wouldn't it?
Close enough.
I think we'd have to be a match first.
Well, I'm just... I know. Like,
Just take any random kidney, throw it in there.
I know that, dickhead. You don't... Fuck you. You're dead to me. Do this podcast without me.
So are you if you get kidney failure.
Apparently. That's how Eric Howard give me a kidney right now.
I'll drive you to dialysis.
Yeah.
You can have my liver.
That's a death sentence right there.
Yeah.
It regenerates, right?
Yeah. All right.
No.
Like Wolverine.
So wait, what other crazy shit is going? Because this is mind blowing to me. I didn't know they were doing fucking kidney transplants on cats.
Oh, yeah.
How expensive is that?
It's like a $$25,000 surgery.
You
No
fucking kidding
fucking
me?
cat is worth that. I'm sorry. Like,
Get 50
I
cats.
love animals, and but, like, they're still animals.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, at some point, like, you're gonna get to the point where it's like, all right, do we eat for the next 2 months, or do we get Fluffy's fucking kidney transplant.
Yeah, it's some crazy.
Well, you
stuff.
fucked up if you got a cat named Fluffy or a dog named Fluffy. Fuck you straight away. I hope your kidneys fail, because that's a terrible name.
I'm gonna start calling Kona Fluffy now.
I hope your kidneys fail.
Yeah, probably.
Your liver's gonna go first.
I was going to say, it's going to be cirrhosis if anything.
That cirrhotic liver is gonna go for sure.
Whatever.
But, I mean, I agree, dude. Yo, listen. So this was in 1999 that my dog died and got that surgery, and that surgery was $2,500, maybe even a little bit more. So you're talking, was that 18 years ago? 19 years ago almost?
16,
17
years ago. This is why I don't do math. So, a little while ago now, it's pretty expensive. Fucking kidney transplant?
No, fuck that.
Fucking Christ. Mm-hmm. So, are people like taking out loans to do this? Who's got 20 grand lying around for a kidney transplant for a fucking cat?
For a cat that you probably spent like $500 on.
Yeah. So people, they have very strong emotional attachments to their animals for whatever reason, and it may not be something that may be immediately apparent. I mean, the one that I had down at school, it was his wife who passed away recently, was her cat. So it meant a lot to him.
Oh, so it's like his way to keep his wife around.
Yeah,
Right,
and so
that.
there's always, it's crazy as it sounds, and it definitely is. Like, I don't have $25,000 to fix my cat, but
I don't have $25,000 for anything.
no, yeah,
No, if I need a surgery that costs $25,000, I'm offing myself. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
I gotta start a Kickstarter. I gotta start blowing dudes. Like, I don't have. If my kidneys go, I'm in deep shit.
Yeah.
Even if this asshole wants to give me one, I'll have money for the surgery.
I'll do it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I trust you.
I'm sure there's a YouTube video on it.
I'll get a black market
If anyone
kidney
knows a
surgery.
guy that will do that, Eric knows a guy.
You might have to go to Israel.
So I might die in a fucking bus bombing, but hey, I might get my kidneys
You
fixed.
No, it would be the bus bomber's kidney. You would be dead.
Oh, even better. I'll get a fucking jihad kidney. What's better than that? Yeah, my left kidney's part of a holy war. No big deal.
It's good. It's got a bunch of virgins waiting for it.
All right, now we're talking. That's worth 25 grand. So you see, like, people coming in, like, putting these predicaments and, like...
yeah, it's tough, and it's hard being put in that position. But unfortunately, there's no insurance in veterinary medicine yet, in the sense of human medicine. Like, you go to the doctor and you pay a $20 copay. I mean, granted, you also pay your insurance every month or whatever, but you don't actually ever see the total bill. Where in veterinary medicine, no insurance company has come up with a good plan yet, so you have to pay, unfortunately, for everything up front.
I was going to say that there are like those pet health insurance plans, but I feel like they're all scams.
Yeah, there aren't really any really good ones out there yet, and they will reimburse you, but you still have to pay the bill up. You have to foot the bill initially, and then they'll reimburse you. But if you don't have that money initially, then that doesn't really help you.
Why don't we start a pet insurance company and just rake in the dough? 6 Borough pet insurance?
I'm into insuring cats. I'll insure cats, not dogs, though, because dogs, they get in trouble.
What do you mean they get in trouble?
Dogs fight each other, they get injuries.
Yeah, so there's
cats.
even more worth insuring.
No, that means we're going to have to pay
We're going to have to pay out.
Nah. Fucking rig it, just like the other insurance company. You don't give a
That's
shit.
bullshit.
We're doing this for the well-being of the animal.
No, I'm doing this straight
and
for
my
profit, dog. I'm doing this for profit. Like, oh, I'm sorry, we'll investigate the case. Like, oh, your dog incurred this injuries fighting? That's not covered under the plan.
We're just doing cats, and we're going to have a crazy
No, I want
cat
nothing
lady
to-
special.
No. You're missing the money train here, dude. You have to operate like real insurance companies operate. Like, you investigate the case. Like, oh, so your dog incurred this injury dog fighting? Sorry, we don't cover that, and we keep all your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, that just makes us regular insurance.
Exactly, but with
fucking
animals. We can pioneer this shit. 6 Borough animal insurance.
It's,
Could revolutionize the industry.
Yeah.
Just rape everyone.
Right. I mean, my insurance company's been fucking me up the ass for the last 2 years with the medicine for my headaches that I can't ever get because they investigated my case. Like, oh, you try all this other fucking 100 medicines before we give you the shit you want and cover it.
I love,
So let's do it to animals.
so one of the guys that works for me,
Kidding, by the way, I love animals.
his mom was recently sick, and an insurance agent called the hospital and decided that the mom was well enough to go home.
The insurance agent decided that.
Yeah, the insurance. We're not paying anymore, so she's gonna have to go home.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's like an 86-year-old woman. Like,
Yeah.
Imagine Skanga making that phone call, like, "Oh, Fluffy? Yeah, Fluffy's fine. Send Fluffy home. We're not paying."
Send that bitch home.
Be that guy.
let a bird loose in the room. Is she looking around? She get up? Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah,
No,
no,
fuck out of here.
Fluffy's
Fluffy's
fucking
fine.
faking it. Your kidneys are fine. We found trace amounts of alcohol in Fluffy's blood. Looks like Fluffy's been hitting the fucking bottle. We're not covering that shit. We can make tons of money.
Yeah.
We'll pay Liz off. This would be like a political thing. We'll pay Liz off to be like, encourage them to get the surgery. Like, yeah, you can get this.
Look at this cool new program we got. going.
Yeah, we have this insurance program you can enroll in.
Then we'll get in with the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Push their
Remember that
drugs.
cat antibiotics?
Yeah.
You know?
They have those.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they have those, right?
Whatever. Well, new catnip that's like also,
Yeah.
prevents the cat flu.
Crowd them.
Yeah.
Keeps them happy.
They won't get toxoplasmosis. All right, let's end this podcast now because I'm giving away all my ideas. All right, all bullshit aside. So, since you're doing the emergency stuff right now, is it like is there an emotional impact on you? Like, I know like people that are doctors and stuff like that. There's an emotional impact dealing with like human loss and death and stuff like that. Is it similar with the animals?
Yeah, I mean, it's, certain cases come in and for the most part you kind of build up a thick skin, but once in a while there's a case, every once in a while it comes in the door that'll get you.
Is it more the people or the animal? Is it the people who own the animals or the animal itself, or both?
Usually it's the animals, but sometimes it's
Shut fuck people.
Fuck these people.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because you have people come in who have sick animals who can't necessarily afford care, and it's not their fault, and it's not the animal's fault, but, if we tried to foot every bill that walked in the door, we couldn't help anything or anybody, so that's when you have to make some tough choices, and we try and help people where we can, and we definitely do. It's just when you have the patients that have, like, a terminal illness or something like that, and you're kind of at the end of the line, and that's when it gets pretty sucky. So.
So it's like an animal you've seen and you can help.
And you build a relationship with the owner, and the owner. Like, I was on an oncology rotation, so you're dealing with cancer patients, and you see these patients almost every day, and the owners are like, oh, well, he had a bad night last night, like, doc, what should I do? And, I try and work with them best I can, giving them medications or trying different kind of treatments or different foods, try and, entice them to eat, and you see these people. It was a 2-week rotation, so I saw these people every day for 2 weeks, talking to them every day about their pet, and I was taking care of their pet in the hospital every day, and then they would go home at night and come back the next day. You built a relationship with I mean, obviously the animals because you're working with them, but the people as well, and it sucks when things don't go well. And, sometimes you have some really great cases that go really well, and you're happy, you're just as happy as the owners that everything worked out. Which is always a great way to end your day.
I don't know that. I don't know if I'd be equipped for that. I feel like I just get so bummed out all the time. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to compartmentalize properly. Like, I don't think I would have a tough time with that. I give you a lot of credit for that because that's like that'll fuck your day up. I feel like I would have a hard time. Like, if say something like that happened, how do you move on to the next part of your day?
It's
because you have to, like, work's not over.
Oh no, yeah. And
don't get to just go home.
Yeah, like, what do you do? Like, how do you? Because like that's not like, all right, I had a shitty day at work because this guy was being an asshole or something.
Yeah.
It's like there's like that. I feel like it's a different kind of like bad day in the office. So like, what do you do to like compartmentalize so you can focus on the next thing?
It's hard. I mean, a lot of times you try and focus on the next patient and, what's going well with them, but you have to have a life outside of veterinary medicine. There's some people who, their whole lives are consumed by it, and I love what I do, but at the end of the day, like, I come home and you have to disconnect from everything. Like, I go running. Like, I like, going to the beach. I horseback ride. You have to have hobbies outside of work to distract you, because if all you do is work, then that's just, you're right, it is just consume you.
Well, I even mean like like almost like hour to hour, because like you said, you're working like a 17-hour shift.
Oh yeah.
You know, so maybe 3 hours of your day is with this one patient who's been there for the last 2 weeks, but then you lose it, and then the next patient comes in. Like, how do you turn off the emotion, if there is some to that, to focus on the next part of your day? Like, you know, like it's different. Like for me, you know, like I work in computers, so say I'm working on something that's frustrating, or the person I'm working with is just an asshole. Like, you know, you huff and puff for 5 minutes and you can move on. Like, there's no emotional impact for me to be able to not focus. Like, what do you do?
You're not dealing with death.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's a little bit different. So how do you put that aside? Because especially with what you're doing, it's very important that you're focused on the next patient, because you could be dealing with something, life and death again. So how do you put the previous one aside and focus on what you have to do after that? Like, do they, like, what do you, I don't think I'd be able to do that. That would be tough for me. Like, so what do you do?
Part of it is just that we're just so incredibly busy. Like, you have almost no choice but to focus on the next patient that's walking through the door, because you have a whole waiting room full of people that are waiting to see you. And that in itself is a good distraction, because, you know, you have the next thing walking through the door. He might not be doing well, he may be doing great, but you still have to focus on the next case. And when you're in the room with the owner, you know, I try and focus on them, like what's going on right now.
Right.
You know, and there are cases that may not have ended well, and I've cried before over a patient or a client, because I felt really bad with how you know, I felt bad for them in the situation that they're in. And there are days where, you know, you can't necessarily move on immediately, but you know, I'm lucky that I work in such a busy practice that you know, I try to focus on helping people, you know, trying to help the next person. It's so rewarding being able to help people and, you know, help. I mean, I'm a veterinarian, I love helping animals, but I like helping people too. You know, and that
kind of goes hand in hand, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And people are very appreciative, you know, in most cases with what we do, which means a lot, you know, because we work really hard. We put in a lot of hours and a lot of time and care and thought between every patient. Like, I follow up on, even though I'm on emergency and I may not be seeing that patient the next day, I always, you know, check in on my patients I admitted the night before to see how they're doing, you know. And then I've had clients, you know, be like, hey, thank you for your, you know, your compassion and your sympathy and you know, things like that, you know. And it means a lot when people notice that. And it's those kind of things that I try and remember too, you know, when things aren't going that great with like a patient that may not have, we had to euthanize, or a procedure didn't go well or something like that, you know. Because the people, I mean, as much as people say, like, oh, like, I go into veterinary medicine because I don't like people. And I'm like, well, some people think that. But you really can't do that.
A light bulb in Eric's head just went off. He's like, I should be a fucking vet.
Yeah, I mean, if I really, you know, if I didn't like animals, maybe I would have gone to human medicine. But no, you still have to like people, and you still have to enjoy interacting with people to a point if you're going to do this.
Right. There are very few jobs in this world where you can't interact with people.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just...
as soon as I find one, I'm into it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen.
I got into the field I got into partly for that reason. Like, remember when me and Chris used to work together? We worked together at Sprint. They'd ask us to go out and deal with customers on the floor. We'd be like, yeah, we're techs. We don't have to do that shit. You know, like, there's a reason why.
I fix stuff. I
don't want to do that.
Yeah, like, we got this job so we didn't have to deal with people. I'm not a fucking salesman. Like, I don't want to do that shit. Like, but it's just unavoidable. So I have two related questions to this. So one is, do you find that, and the point that you made is why I'm making this comparison. Do you find that because, so like say you had a patient, you lost the patient, and you have to move on to the next one, do you find that like you said, because you're dealing with people and you want to help them, do you find like that the urgency of like, okay, these people need me now too, does that bring you back? Like, does that help make you focus? Because it's like, all right, these people need me and this is just as important. So like, does that help you kind of, all right, I need to be here because these people need me now and there's nothing I could do about this last one. Does that like kind of help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we try our hardest to fix everything to the best of our ability, and I know that with every case, like, you know, I try with every case that I see, and I know that I tried my best. And like you said, like, the next thing needs my full attention.
I guess so that helps you compartmentalize a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, in school, do they go over any of this stuff with you? Is there any like training for this?
Not
at all?
as much as you would think. You know, there's the whole like ethics class that they make us take for a semester that no one actually takes seriously. They make us sit
So
through.
you're a lot of unethical veterinarians. Is that what you say?
Is that like the equivalent of like freshman seminar?
Essentially, you're like, oh god, I have to sit through this again.
Like, oh, this isn't easy, hey?
Yeah.
Just seat time.
But I mean, it's something that I think people in the field need to focus on more, because a lot of people leave the field because they get, emotionally drained and they get burned out. Some veterinarians don't necessarily make it their entire career, because if you're doing something that's high stress, like emergency or something, it's easy to get caught up in all the sad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. As our dog starts making a ruckus in the back right now.
Pain in the ass.
We got the 6th Borough got a rescue. What have we got? About a month now, right?
She's trying to get her bed out of the cage and chew it up. And I
We got-
just took it from her, threw it in the cage, and now she's fighting with the cage.
Which, honestly, by the way, also thank you, Liz. We got to thank Liz for that, because when we got her, a friend of ours rescued her from the ghetto, and we didn't
South
really-
Jamaica?
Yeah, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. So when he dropped her off, Liz was nice enough to come by and check her out for us to make sure she was healthy and everything like that. So thank you very much for that.
No
That was
problem.
awesome. We got some pro bono vet work. That's on the insurance plan,
Well, we're on that 6 Borough insurance policy, so we're good.
But I just I give you a lot of credit. I don't know that I would be able to focus. It's weird though. I guess I say that now, but
Put in the situation, you'd probably be different.
yeah, I guess you've prepared yourself. You've had the work. Like, I've never done anything in the field, so I haven't prepared myself. Like, I'm sure your schooling and everything helps prepare you for that. But I just I imagine I'd have a hard time with that.
And I feel like, especially in veterinarian work, because you're dealing with a patient that can't tell you anything.
Oh no.
So you can't be your mind somewhere else. Like, I would imagine you have to be
Very
focused
focused.
and paying attention to every symptom, every sign, everything, because it's like pediatrics. Like, when doctors
Same-
are dealing,
same thing.
Yeah, basically, like you're dealing with a patient that can't really express what their problem is. So I don't want to say guessing, but you're
You have to
trying
be a
to
lot
figure.
more
Yeah,
in tune with what's going on.
Yeah, you're half doctor, half detective.
Oh yeah, you need to be very thorough, because I wish I could ask my patient, hey, why are
How's
you
that
limping? Does that hurt? Make
So-
my job so much easier.
Is that part of, like, is that part of the schooling? Like, is it like I almost want to say like a chart. Like, it's like you go from like
Yeah.
like a flow chart.
yeah, like, so if
you
it's
see
not this is the next
see
one. Is that
this,
part of
see
like
this.
what they teach you?
Yeah, so you have like your basic physical exam, and you go through all the body systems. You listen to the heart, you listen to the lungs. Are there any changes with that? And then work from your nose backwards. So how do her eyes look? How did the ears look? Look at the mouth. Look at the gum color and things like that. Feel the belly. Are they limping? Do they seem, wobbly? Like there's some kind of nerve issue or something like that.
So is this essentially what you did when you came and checked Cone out? Mm-hmm. Because I remember I was watching you like check out. I have no idea what you're doing. To me, you're just like looking at her teeth and petting her and looking at her fucking, like, all right, it's no dick. It's definitely a girl.
Definitely a girl.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it looks like to the untrained eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just saw you look at her teeth a couple times. Like, look under the hood.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, she's a chick. She's probably not fixed. Like, the rest. I'm like, oh, she's checking out her paws. Like, maybe she's got a foot fetish. I don't know.
Yeah.
So is that like kind of what you did, like when you came to check her out? So like
it's
you gave her.
Yeah, it's an art, but the thing is with dogs, like you're not like a person who will just sit there and let you, like, let me look at your mouth, let me listen to your heart, your lungs.
Right.
You have to be.
3 deep breaths.
Yeah, exactly. You have to work with them. And not every dog is, especially a strange dog, is not going to let you palpate their belly to feel for stuff.
What does palpate mean?
So you're putting their hands on their belly to see if there's any masses or if she's uncomfortable or things like that.
We should do scanning before it was better.
I was literally just gonna fucking say that. You son of a bitch. I was literally just like when I did the skank every night. God damn it. Well done, sir. We're always on the same page. High five.
Yeah, you can't necessarily go in guns blazing with every dog because they may not like it, and you might lose an appendage.
Right.
You know, I mean, and you don't know because they may not be. You don't know their history. You don't know what's been going on. So it's a very delicate, thing. You have to become very good at it and be able to read the dog and kind of take it from there.
So, switching gears a little bit, do you get like weird animals, like other than just your typical cat and dogs?
Oh yeah, I had a hedgehog the other day, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Was it Sonic?
Is that like someone's pet?
Oh yeah.
You could have a hedgehog?
Oh yeah.
How do you have a hedgehog?
Will and Lisa used to have a hedgehog.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with a hedgehog as a pet?
It's a great question. But I don't know the answer to it.
Hey, look, that's my hedgehog.
You collect.
Are they really?
You put a
gold
rings.
rings.
Yeah.
Or
You collect gold
from
rings.
Sonic. They're not.
No,
are they fast?
You put them on a half pipe and they collect gold rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. All I know of a hedgehog is Sonic. So
What's the top end speed of a hedgehog?
What was wrong with the hedgehog?
He had like a skin thing going on, but he's got spikes, so you can't really look at it because it pokes you. So it was. I don't do exotics. I do dogs and cats. But I had to see it, so I was like, well, let's figure this out. Got a book open and read
it's
up
hedgehog.
on it. Yeah.
So what did you do?
Opened a book and read all the things on hedgehogs. In school we do learn about exotics. It's just not something that I see every day. So, I see a dog limping and I immediately think of 5 different causes for limping that are common in that age dog and, activity level, whatever. Like, I don't have that kind of practice. I don't see a hedgehog every day. Like, that's the first hedgehog I've seen, ever in practice.
Like most people, the first hedgehog you've ever seen.
Exactly.
I want a hedgehog so bad. Like, do you get a collar? Do you walk it? Like, is there a leash? Like,
They're apparently like high maintenance, if I remember correctly, because Will and Lisa got one a while ago, and they're like, I'm pretty sure they're sort of high maintenance.
Yeah, they're a little special.
Yeah, the hedgehog.
blow
did
dry
nice
their
with them.
quills, right? Oh no, that's a porcupine. Do they have
Close.
quills? Is that what it's considered?
I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
So yeah.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have spikes.
It was spiky. He poked me a good bunch.
So
Not nice.
you had to basically Google what to do.
Well, in a textbook.
Same
But
thing.
yeah.
Before Google, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You had to break out the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
That's why nobody knew fucking anything, because
Yeah.
everybody's lazy.
Luckily, one of the doctors I was on with, one of the clinicians, so she's a doctor who works with us interns. She had a lot of experience with hedgehogs. Yeah, actually, surprisingly.
How
Yeah.
do you obtain a lot of experience with hedgehogs? Like what? Like
Own one, I guess. Like,
Yeah, she's had like 5.
see? It's the
So,
only way.
yeah. So I was like, hey, you want to help me with this case? And she
She's
was
like,
great. Yeah.
figure it out.
So what else? What other exotics? I feel like we're talking about drugs. Yo, what kind of exotics you got?
Yeah. I had a ferret come in that was smelly.
A ferret.
I had a friend in elementary school who had a ferret, and his house always stunk.
They smell pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think of a ferret, I immediately think of Kindergarten Cop. What was wrong with the ferret?
He actually had lymphoma, which is a type of cancer. So, but they actually tend to do really well with it.
Why?
For some reason, it doesn't. They tend to. I actually don't know why, but they can live for a very long time with it, unlike dogs
So
and
Who
cats.
wants one
We
of
need
those?
ferret blood.
Yeah.
Like,
They've
I don't
got-
even find that cute. And maybe that one right there with the 2 of them and the one yawning.
Yeah.
But besides that, they look terrible. I wouldn't want a ferret. I'm
Hedgehog guy, not a
hedgehog
ferret
all day.
guy.
Yeah.
No ferret.
All right. So I know what I'm getting. It's getting it for Christmas.
A ferret.
Hedgehog?
A hedgehog named Ferret. What's your hedgehog's
If
name?
you give me a
Ferret?
hedgehog, I get to name it.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well then, it's not going to be mine.
There's no refunds, buddy.
Well, you
It's
can't
a
give me a
gift.
present and...
I can do whatever I want. It's a gift. I can do whatever I want with a gift.
Put a big bow on it.
Yeah, don't tell me my business.
Yeah. Well, you just put a bow in it.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
The only gift that you have dominion over is if, you give me a kidney. Then you decide terms.
If you want one of my kidneys, go ahead.
But
Good luck. Wow, look at this. They're not even expensive. Written here,
Are you Googling hedgehogs?
No.
I think they're illegal in
Brit
New York
here,
State.
our buddy Brit's here, and he just sent me a link where you can buy hedgehog babies.
We got the secondary research team, Brit, aka Billy Madison. Shout out to Billy Madison.
Yo, you can get a fresh September 2016 hedgehog.
How much is 2016 hedgehog going for?
$200.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Look at them; they're adorable. This is the best.
Can you get like a classic, like a
Look, this one's on hold.
2010?
There's a couple on hold. Is that like layaway?
Can you hold it till Christmas?
I never bought a hedgehog before, dude. I have no idea.
Ready for pickup or shipping? You ship them?
Like on a half pipe?
They're freaking adorable, though. I like them.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Do they look? I feel like they kind of look like you a little bit.
They have good hair.
Yeah, they do have good hair. You don't have the same kind of.
You'd have to spike your hair all
That's
the
me
time.
back in high school.
You'd have to spike your hair all the time if you got a hedgehog.
Yeah. I'll go back to a blowout.
Oh my god, I would pay you to go back to a blowout.
I mean, I might just do it anyway. Paper, blow it out.
How do you think this guy would look, crossing his legs on a fancy piano?
Not quite as good as you. Or if you had that little guy in your hand, as you're crossing,
You gotta start.
to rap right
You gotta
there.
start like drinking tea with your pinky up if you're gonna hold them. So,
That's awesome.
all right, more exotics. I'm real interested in this. Like, what other exotics did you get?
I did not have this, but someone else had a chinchilla come in, which is pretty stinking cute.
Totally off subject. Before we get into this, I have hair like a fucking chinchilla.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, give it softest hair in the game.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Like a goddamn chinchilla.
There.
Proceed.
What else? Wildlife. People like to drop off wildlife.
Just drop it off.
Yep.
Like if they catch a raccoon, here you guys go.
Yep. And they think that we can do something with it.
You're like, cool, I'm gonna let it out the door in a second as soon as you walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the facilities to rescue wild things like that. So that's always interesting when they get dropped off. We had a goose a couple weeks ago.
Fucking geese.
They're everywhere.
So I work in an
everywhere.
industrial park in Hauppauge, and I'm not even gonna kid you. I probably see 600 to 800 geese a day.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking and they have zero fucks about anything. They'll just walk out in front of traffic and
Oh yeah.
like people will get tickets. Like if you ran one over, it's like there's a million of them around here, and he just walked in front of my car.
Well, I feel like
miles an hour.
Geese, much like Skanga, are like they're aware. They're like, I'm fucking adorable. You're gonna hit the brakes.
They're not.
Stop.
Yeah, you're gonna stop.
The babies are adorable. The full-grown ones are not that fucking adorable.
Yeah.
We got a duck hater over here.
Well, it's not a duck.
Yeah,
Whatever, geese, whatever.
It's not a swan either.
I was gonna say something about swans. It was in my head.
It's a fucking bird, okay? Whatever.
So, what do you guys do when they drop them off? Like, what do you have to do? Like, is there like a protocol for this, or you just kind of like wing it case by case?
Well, usually if they're catchable, they usually have something very bad or life-threatening. So if, out of concern for their quality of life, if it's something that we don't think is rehabable, we'll euthanize them because it's better than, them suffering. If it's something that we think they can certainly bounce back from, then there's a rehab facility near us, so we send it off there because they have the facilities to maintain it and then reintroduce them back into the wild. They have all the food for it.
When you say rehab facility, I just like imagine like a raccoon with a coke problem.
You see the bags into their eyes?
Yeah,
No problems.
like the raccoon version of Tyrone Biggums. You got any more of that garbage, dog? So
the rehab thing though is kind of crazy, especially with marine wildlife. I was watching a special on Viceland not too long ago, and they were talking about the sea lions that keep washing up on the coast of like California, all the way up into, and it's like crazy. Like they have like hundreds of them that wash up almost every single day, and there's 30 or 40 like refuge or facilities like up and down the coast, and how many of them are full. And the things that they do, like they have these sea lions coming in. They're putting like splints on them and different things, and they have like different pens for depending on the severity of the injury or how close they are to being released. So like they have ones that are almost like not solitary confinement, but they basically like it's just them by themselves, where they're not going to fight with other animals, and they can feed them and whatnot. And they have like a second stage where they're all already healed, but not quite ready to be in like with the general population of them. And then they have like right before that they're getting ready to re-release them into the wild. And it's really insane, like how much.
Will Stenzel went to school for marine biology. He got his like I don't know if I want to say masters or whatever, but whatever. He graduated with a degree in marine biology, and he used to volunteer at the Riverhead Aquarium. And a lot of what he did was sea lion shit. Like they'd go on rescues all the time out in the Hamptons, out in Montauk, rescuing sea lions. Like sea lions get jacked like a lot. It's not just on the West Coast, it's out here too. He was constantly saving, like going out, rescuing them, bringing them back to the aquarium, and then he'd be like the one who would have to like sedate them so they could tag them or do whatever they had to do to take care of them and rehab them and all that shit. He was doing that shit constantly. So like I don't know what it is about sea lions and why they're getting jacked all the time, but it's like a hard scrabble life apparently in the ocean as a sea lion.
Apparently Kona doesn't like this discussion. So.
Yeah, sea lions piss the dog off. So. But yeah, it's funny. I didn't know that it was that like much of an epidemic, like all over the place.
It's
but yeah,
huge
they get jacked.
on the West Coast right now. It's like
it's not any less huge here apparently, because I was like Will used to say all the time it was sea lions all the time, and like he literally would like they'd go rescue them off the beaches, bring them back to the aquarium. And he's like, dude, I'm literally wrestling fucking sea lions, like
That's awesome.
Yeah, they would rescue dolphins and all type of shit, but he said like a lot of what they rescued was sea lions.
In the special, they were saying they would get like anywhere from, I think in California alone, up and down the coast, like 200 to 350 calls a day.
Wow.
About like washed up sea lions.
Can we pull up the sea lion epidemic? I'm curious about this. Like, I wonder, like, is it just a hard scrabble life for sea lions, or are they just fucking stupid?
You go to school of hard knocks.
Like what is it like that about sea lions? Are they just like full? Is it like incest in the sea lion community? They're just breeding idiots left and right. Like what's going on with sea lions that it's such a problem? Do you know anything about this?
I wish
'cause
I
it's
knew
marine
more,
biology.
but...
Yeah. It's not veterinarian. So now, do you get shit like that happens? Do you get like people bringing in their goldfish where you're like, yeah, there's nothing we can do here?
I have not, but in school I actually anesthetized a goldfish as part of a class, which was pretty awesome.
Wait, what does that mean?
They put it under anesthesia.
I put it under anesthesia.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
They slept it.
He's like, goldfish sleep in nests? How is that possible?
Oh, man. Our dog used to have a fish when he lived at the fishbowl.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie. And I don't think it was goldfish. I mean, it had that same coloring to it, but a little bit bigger.
Little mutant.
But it would swim around and then turn to its side and fall to the bottom, stay there for like 10 seconds, and then swim around and then turn to its side and lay there for 10 seconds, like all day. It was
That
crazy.
doesn't sound normal.
No, it didn't make it much after that. But that's awesome.
How do you anesthetize a goldfish?
You put them in chloroform.
We're not talking about your
couple drops at the bowl.
Yeah, we're not talking about your Friday night pickup line at the bar stand. Hey, smell this rag. Does it smell like chloroform?
You put the agent in the water with them, and it passes over their gills, and then they go to sleep, and then they
That's what
float
Skanka
up.
does at the beach. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you want to go swimming? How many?
Anesthetized the whole ocean.
Yeah, turns out Skanka
We
gets
know what this is like. Skanka's trying to get laid.
Skanka's certified in CPR. No big deal. Boy, she passed out in the ocean. Like, again? Why don't you date stronger swimmers?
She's a terrible swimmer.
She's got huge feet but can't swim.
Actually, I want to hear more about school because you went awesome places, right?
I did. I was in the Caribbean for
School of
3
fish?
years.
So I couldn't resist the pun.
Sorry. Caribbean, right?
Yes.
What was it, Grenada?
I was in
If I'm
Grenada,
correct? All right.
yeah.
See, I remember things. We're friends.
Yeah, it was. It's in the southern Caribbean. It's actually one of the southernmost countries, I think, besides Trinidad. It's, I think, 100 or 200 miles north of Venezuela, so we're pretty far down there. And I lived there for 3 years. I moved down there in August 2012. Had no idea what I was getting myself into. And then I was there until May of 2015. So, like, I had a house there. I paid rent and utilities. I had a driver's license down there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you bring the driver's license?
What's that? No, unfortunately.
Wish I could see
Got
it.
lost in the move.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a car down there that we bought, and my roommates and I paid for, and we all shared. So it was
that's awesome.
It was an impressive '96 Corolla that was had
Nice.
4 donuts that bottomed out on everything. It was a fantastic ride.
It's a real college life. I like it.
Oh yeah.
What's the party scene like in Grenada?
I mean, it's good when you have time, which we didn't really have a lot of with school. But I mean, you're in the Caribbean, so we would go on these epic, booze cruises in the Caribbean on like a catamaran for like the day, just because.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So
Now, is there ghettos in the Grenada like
Yeah.
all the other fucking
Yeah.
Caribbean countries? Like, you got to be careful and watch out.
the country on a whole is a developing country for the most part. Like, I lived in one of the most developed areas of the island, but like, I could walk out of your house now in the dark and I would feel fine. I wouldn't necessarily do that or recommend that down there, even if you are in the nice area. And then there are some pretty poor areas especially on the north part of the island. The island is absolutely stunning. Like, it is gorgeous, but unfortunately the economy down there isn't that great, and you have people who you really are getting by on almost nothing. They have like cinder block houses with just a tin roof and like a shower curtain for their front door, and forget having a car or anything like that.
So you literally could have been my version of the Billy Joel verse down there. You could have been a homeless vet.
Almost, yeah. I guess so. Yeah, it was definitely an experience, and it was very earth-shattering when I first got down there, because, you're from the United States, and I've traveled, but not to a place like that before. In a place that's, it's still developing. You have to be very aware of your surroundings at all times. Like, you don't go anywhere by yourself at night. You walk around in a group. Always keep where your wallet is. Lock your house, even when you're in it, in your front door. Like, it's habit now. Like, I lock my house as soon as I walk in the door. And if I'm home, my mom always yells at me. She's like, "We're home. Why are you locking all the locks?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's habit."
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I was in the third world for fucking 3 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, old habits die hard.
So why? Because I had a friend who went to medical school
Oh, yeah?
down in, I think it was Grenada, actually.
Yeah.
So why is the Caribbean like a big destination for the medical field?
There's a couple schools down there. I can't really speak for the medical field because I don't know much about the med school. But with the vet school, it's one of the newer ones in the sense that it's like 30 or 40 years old now. But it's a place, because it's a newer school. They take, they're open to everybody, and it's international. So you have people coming from all over the world. So like I went to school with people from Sweden, the UK, India, things like that. And you have people coming from all different backgrounds, and they like that. It's not like they're just looking at, the strict 4.0 honor student, and they want people who have these world experiences, which is what draws a lot of different people down there. I mean, I went with people who, like, I went to school with a girl who, you know, was in Alaska. You know, one of my good friends is from the UK, and, you know, she did stuff there. You know, I have friends at this point who I graduated with all over the country. You know, if I could call them up if I'm in Louisiana or Oklahoma and be like, hey, like, you know, I have a question about this case or something. You know, so it's a pretty amazing, diverse place that I feel like you don't necessarily get in the States.
So is that because it's new that they encourage that? Like that they're like kind of like
it's a
essentially
different
like
different way of doing things.
It's like a new paradigm for school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I imagine the culture shock must be even like crazier for people from like Sweden and the UK going to fucking Grenada.
Oh yeah. I mean, some people, you have to go into it with an open mind. I mean, you know, it's definitely an adjustment that you have to make. You know, you have to, you know, you don't have all the luxuries. You know, like you walk down the block and you have like 5-10 different fast food places. We had one KFC on the entire island, and that was a little questionable. I think they got the chickens from the back. So it was very fresh. Very fresh. They just opened a Pizza Hut the term after I left, which everyone was super excited about, which was really funny. You know, so it's a very different way of life, and I actually grew to really like it because it's very simple. You know, like no one has the newest gadgets down there. You know, no one's driving. Oh no iPhones, no fancy cars. Like as a student, we all drove crappy cars, but it didn't matter because we all drove crappy cars. You know, like we all lived in like. Yeah, you know, like we all didn't live in crazy nice houses, you know, but it was comfortable. You know, there was no. You know, moving back to the United States was very eye-opening for me because, I mean, I always came home in the summer and the winter, but I was never here long enough, you know, to really see the difference because I always went back, you know, and then you really get to see the difference, you know, as far as material things, how they're viewed here. And I really liked how they viewed things down there because everything was very simple. You know, it was all about the experience and, you know, those things didn't really matter because as a student, like we were all in the same boat. You know, we all weren't shopping to get the newest technology, their newest clothes, or anything like that. So I actually really ended up enjoying the way of life down there a lot. I actually miss it. It was great.
Who were the teachers down there?
All over. We had professors from Africa, from Europe, United States, obviously. You know, it was. I think we had a phenomenal education in that regard because we had people from all over the world teaching us.
I imagine it's got to be like a sought after destination to teach at. Like, who wouldn't want to live in a fucking Caribbean island and teach college?
Yeah,
Right?
They had it made for sure. Those guys.
But it sounds like all the teachers had actual life experience with this.
Yeah.
Like I felt like when I went to college, there were some people, like some of the professors, went to college, learned their field, and went right
back
into teaching.
Yeah.
Didn't even put it into practice, and then went right into teaching. Mm-hmm. I like that. It sounds like everyone actually put it into practice there.
Yeah, and the great thing about down there is there was such a clinical emphasis on things. Like, it's all real life stuff. You know, you can learn things by the book all you want, you know, textbook, but in all reality, when it comes down to actually practicing, that actually may not be how things actually work. You know, and they were very good with hands-on stuff. You know, I feel like I got a lot more hands-on experience than some of my fellow people from other vet schools, you know, which was amazing. I mean, we had the benefit of being in a developing country, so they wanted our help. You know, we would have these health clinics, you know, where people didn't care that we were necessarily not certified. Obviously, we were supervised by clinicians and things like that. But, you know, people wanted things done. You know, there was none of this fear of, you know, legal action or anything like that you have here. Yeah.
A little bit more freedom to operate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the people down there really appreciated our work. I was there.
What, this what we're looking at here? What
Yeah.
Eric's pulled up like these
It's
underwater statues?
It's a buried statue park underwater.
Is that human made or?
Yeah, they
Really?
built it and then they sunk
What do
it.
you mean is that human being? They're statues of people.
No, well, you know what? Because like Pompeii, you can still go see like the people that are fucking
Frozen.
and encased in the dust. Like I don't know what kind of fucking volcanic activity is going on down there. I didn't know if it was a fucking actual human thing or not.
Okay. That one's on a bike though.
I think they didn't show that before, asshole. That was a legitimate question. Don't jump down my throat.
All right, you explained yourself.
You're not getting a fucking kidney, asshole.
I don't want your kidney.
Why not? It's healthy.
Kidney's weak.
That guy has a broom in his hand.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All walks of life.
So, all right, well, explain this.
I wasn't there, so I couldn't
I
really
thought you
tell
just
you.
said you were
this
there.
one, the
that
circle,
one,
right?
the circle.
Oh, they're different?
Yeah, they're different.
So why did they do
How
this?
many underwater fucking statue parks are there?
Yeah.
There's that one's the big one. That was actually a National Geographic.
Are they slaves?
I think
They look like they're chained up.
I think it might be from that era.
So why did they do this?
It's
Tourism.
Well, obviously, but like, what's like?
I wish I knew more about it. Unfortunately,
Me too.
Yeah. It's very cool. That's like 20 or 30 feet underwater. Like you could dive down there if you're snorkeling. If you can, have your ears keep from popping that long. But yeah, you can go down there on a clear day where the ocean is, there isn't a lot of, murkiness. You can actually see all that pretty well. It's pretty amazing.
The fat guy watching. Is that Skanga? Oh no, he's got a gun. We gotta get you a gun.
Oh.
It looks like a gun anyway. I don't know what that is.
I think that's a hamburger and French fries.
and those are beer cans, so it might be Skanga.
You got a way better TV than that guy.
Yeah, way better TV.
It's true.
Your hair's better.
Way better hair. Change those beer cans to vodka. And change that burger and fries to cold cuts. And we're in business.
So it's Keto Life Skanga?
Keto statue Skanga. So
This fish is like, what the fuck is going on?
how many of these are all separate statue parks?
Yeah.
Is this like a thing that what the fuck?
Yeah, they have them all over on the southwest coast of the country. I'm sure they may have it other
Was that
places
your car
as
right here?
well. Sure looks like it. Oh yeah, nailed it.
That's a VW though. That's the bug. It's the love bug.
It's a little nicer than my vehicle.
I wonder if these do these double as coral reefs or something? Maybe is that why they do it?
You could tell that a lot of these definitely are. There's
Yeah.
coral growing
So I guess
on
that's
them.
probably why they do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would imagine that, snorkeling and diving is a big
Oh yeah.
course thing there. So
Spearfishing too. That's another big one. I mean, that's like a way of life for them. Like, that's how they get their food too. But I mean, it's the snorkeling and the scuba diving there is phenomenal. I got scuba certified when I was down there in school.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you just go down there and do CPR on fish?
Yeah. Gotta save all the animals, right? Yeah, it was. I mean, it's so beautiful down there.
So there's a girl in a bikini scuba diving that I'm just calling dibs on stealing Skanga's line.
That's my move.
That's exactly why I did it.
So
Underwater wedding, huh?
Oh, that's a thing?
oh wow,
I'm not even mad at that. That sounds pretty cool.
that is pretty cool.
Destination wedding. Everyone's got to get scuba certified.
Or
No
you
one
can't
survives.
come.
It was the happiest of times and the worst of times.
So wait, how many years were you down there for?
I was there for 3 years.
3 years.
what the fuck is going on there? Underwater Ache?
Well, explain it. Explain what's happening here. Look at her nipple. Jesus Christ.
I think that's just a
What is
bad angle.
I don't know.
I
I don't
what's
know.
happening.
It looks like an underwater Ache.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy. She looks like she's grabbing his thigh, so maybe that guy might be packing heat.
She's like, sign that or you're not getting finished.
All right. Let's move on from this.
Yeah, we're going to go off track.
It's getting weird. So you were there for 3 years?
I was there for 3 years, yeah.
All right. So living in a
Sorry, that was
Sorry.
living in a developing country, did you see some wild shit or what? Like, did you ever encounter like?
Oh yeah, I mean more of just the life. Like I'd be driving to school and I would be late because like a herd of goats were blocking the road. You know,
fucking geese the same goddamn way. It's
the
bullshit.
same thing. You know, it just they have horns. Sometimes the cows would get loose and they would, break. Go through the school field and, we would be stuck in class because we couldn't go out because the bulls were running around. Normal.
Say the wolves?
Bulls.
Oh, bulls. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's either one. I'm not fucking.
It's just another day in the life.
I was
Stuff
gonna say,
like
I didn't know
that.
that Grenada had fucking wolves.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
We
go
would.
out there in my Matador outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine I had
Oh my God.
You think I've lived here for over 2 years without bringing out my Matador outfit if I had one?
Can I get you one? Can you be a matador for Halloween?
I don't think you'll get it in time for Monday.
Amazon
Prime.
Done.
Amazon Prime sucks.
What?
Yeah,
How dare
a
you.
lot of times they're like, just the company doesn't have it. Like,
Well, that's
It has to
companies.
be. It has to. Yeah, some vendors aren't included in Prime, but like anything that is on Prime is the shit because it's always there in 2 days.
not the shit I order.
Well, stop ordering like fucking obscure shit.
Well, that's who I am, and I'm not going to change now.
We could get you a matador outfit from Prime, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Get off your computer.
What?
So,
Checking the levels on the fucking audio.
Yeah.
what other crazy shit did you see? Like, did you see like shit breaking out? Like, not just like animals and like, getting in your way. Like, did you see like shit popping off in the ghetto there or what?
I mean, nothing horrendous that I saw. I mean, people would have their houses broken into, their cars stolen, and stuff like that. But it's usually because they were silly and they didn't lock their doors and stuff like that. I mean, nothing too terrible. While I was there, I was very lucky that we didn't really have anything that bad.
No hurricanes while you were there.
No, we're actually below the hurricane belt because we're that far south.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we when Sandy hit, I was fine and dandy down there in the Caribbean.
Snorkeling with statues while everyone else is fucking waiting on lines for gas.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
So what? Like you said, there was like no. There's no like fast food. There's obviously not a lot of restaurants. Like, what did you guys do for like? How did you eat? Like, did you go to like local markets and stuff like that for your food? Like,
There was one IGA that we.
there's
would
an
go to.
IGA down there.
There's only one, and the shipments would come in on Thursday. So come Wednesday, you may not have cheese or milk, maybe not have carrots or broccoli.
You make
Normal. Yeah, got to stock up on all that stuff, and then Friday would come, and then it would be a mob scene because then they get the shipment in, and everyone who's been out of food for like 3 days raids the supermarket, and it's just a zoo. It's stuff like that. You go to a supermarket here, do you ever see an empty shelf? Ever anywhere? Yeah, you never do. Like you walk in the supermarket on a Wednesday afternoon, and there would be nothing. The shelves would be picked clean,
You're eating like French onion soup mix and fucking
milk in a jar like the powdered milk. It's horrendous.
It's like going to the harbor store at Davis Park, like after like
4th of July.
whole season.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
nothing there.
We're not getting anything else. Deal
Like,
with it.
you guys got avocados? Nope.
Yeah.
You getting them?
Nope.
Yeah, next week. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And it's also $27 for 2 avocados.
Yep. And I mean that's how it was there too. Like any of the big name stuff, you can get the store IGA, paper towels. But if you got I don't even know Bounty, was literally 5 times as much.
So there's a lot of chafed asses where you guys were staying.
You could say that.
Wiping your asses with that fucking 5-grain sandpaper toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. So that's a hard scrap of life.
Yeah. It's the little things like that you don't realize when you're living here, and then you move abroad to a place like that, and you're like, oh, I have to wait till Thursday to do my food shopping. I ran out of milk. Sucks to be me. It's little things
Better
like
put some
that.
water on that fucking cereal.
Yeah.
What's the coffee situation in Grenada?
Sometimes scarce. They've run out on a couple occasions. Always during midterms and finals, because that's when everyone wants it / needs it. So that was a little rough.
Do they have good coffee down there?
Their coffee's okay. They have good chocolate. They are one of the biggest cocoa producers down there, and nutmeg is their big thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're also called the Spice Isle. Isle of Spice.
What kind of spice? Like Spice Girls? Or what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. All those fun ones. Yeah, no, the nutmeg is really big, although I'm not really a fan of nutmeg, so that wasn't too exciting for me.
I don't know that I've ever had. What do you put nutmeg in?
It's almost like cinnamon, but not as good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more nutty, less like spice.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that Cloud 9, that was one of the bars that we would go to. That was one of the newer ones.
Looks nice.
What? Yeah. What does the bar seem like in Grenada?
We had our days. So Monday we would go to, because we would always have Monday exams, so our weekends were basically shot because you're studying. So Monday was our big night to go out. So there was a place called Owls, that was by Grand Anne's Beach, which is the big beach in Grenada, and they would have karaoke, and that was always epic. And then we would have Wednesdays was Dodgy Dock. They would have Wings. Prickly Bay, that was another bar and a restaurant that we would go to. They had trivia on Tuesdays.
Do you have a good trivia team name?
We were pretty terrible.
What was the name of your trivia team?
I hope that was the name because that would have been so awesome.
Yeah. We actually never came up with a good name. It was always, it was always different depending on the week, because we were all friends with each other in different terms, so everyone had different schedules, so it really depended on the week who was there.
Yarbrough and I have the greatest trivia team name ever that we've never used.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
Because we've never gone to trivia night. This is like 2
Are
years
you
ago.
allowed to share, or is this a big secret?
No, we'll tell you it. But because we found out about tap room trivia night, we're like, we should go because we're pretty good at useless information. So we came up with our team name.
Well, we were there one
so
night.
So that's where I lived.
We were there one night and we played. And then we wound up... We came up with a name afterwards.
Oh, is that how it? Okay.
Yeah.
And we've never been back since. So
No.
our trivia team name is Big Dick Bandits.
Oh, nice. It's original.
It is.
I like it.
Yeah. But we've just never used it. I feel like a special sense of pride when I make Aragot laugh that hard. I feel like a real special sense of pride. That's a good name, right?
Hashtag humble brag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm obviously exaggerating. He's 6'7", so.
Bang.
But yeah, I pull up the median average.
So where we're looking now is where you live?
Yeah, Big Dick Bandits.
Maybe in India or Asia.
Yeah, if you go to the right, yeah.
Are we on Google Maps of Grenada right now?
Oh, yeah.
It's getting real creepy.
You've been doing this for like the last 15 minutes. You haven't noticed?
I wasn't really looking. So, there's the Cloud9 Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Shocked that's on there. It's
So
really
how
funny.
big is this island? Obviously, not very
It's-
big, so what's...
It's pretty small. I think the whole population is like 300,000 people.
Do you know, what the mileage is? North, south, east to west, or whatever?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I know it does take 3 hours to drive to the very northernmost part.
Okay.
So it's got the same population as Iceland.
Almost. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's accurate.
Okay.
Iceland's, I think, 336 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
But
that
it's
area.
significantly
It's
smaller.
all in Reykjavik, though. It's like 90% of it's in the one city.
But I feel like this island is significantly smaller than Iceland.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's an amazing little
It's
island.
about 10 miles wide by 20 miles long. Or 20 miles long by 10 miles wide.
So,
If you look,
200 square miles.
if you look this way,
what's it, about twice the size of Manhattan?
this is 10
Maybe.
miles right here.
Yeah.
What is Manhattan?
Manhattan? I don't know.
I think Manhattan's 90?
No.
No,
I don't
10?
think it's that.
I don't
Long
know.
Island is 90 miles
That's
long.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was then. Okay. Well, ask the Google box. Why are we guessing at this?
My first day on the job over here.
That's true. I was thinking that too.
You fucking mariachi costumes.
No, the Matador costumes. I looked up the same thing and I'm like, yo, it's not worth $105, this joke.
Let's start a Kickstarter.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
Then we're not getting it in time for Halloween, though.
Yeah, probably not.
22 point.
Well, no, we pay for it and then we just take the money
miles.
back from the
Okay,
Kickstarter.
so it's considerably bigger
134 square miles.
than Manhattan's 22.82 square miles. So considerably bigger.
Eric,
I thought it was comparable.
You letting Skanga beat
I
you
didn't think I
with his phone.
You could probably drive across Grenada a lot faster than Manhattan.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
I was going to say, Central Park is like miles by miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was no way that.
I like going back and forth inside my own window.
I'm not going to argue with your system.
Don't fuck with it.
Anyway, so you graduated when? I'm sorry, my memory's terrible.
No, it's fine. June of this year.
June this year.
Yeah.
So you're still very new into your practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your plan? Like what, you said you might stick with emergency. Like what is your like? I could be wrong here, so correct me if I am. But I kind of feel like, and this isn't a bad thing, but I feel like getting to veterinary school is a very idealistic thing in a way. So like, what is your ultimate?
My goal.
Goal behind this? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what are you looking to accomplish?
Yeah.
I'm still surrounded by puppies all the time, always.
That would always. That's definitely
a good goal.
Oh yeah. If I could work, my ideal job would be to work with dogs and puppies every day. But like they have like cat only practices these days. Like that's like the new thing. I want to do just dogs only. Although I don't know if that's necessarily realistic or not.
Good job, spilling drink. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Fired.
but yeah, sorry to interrupt your statement or from D-Rock's question. But yeah, what is, do you want to go into your own practice? You want to do this, do that, work at a certain place?
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm still figuring out. Like, I like emergency, but I don't know if I necessarily want to do 4 more years of a residency, before I could actually work as a specialist and then have to worry about taking boards and all that.
Yeah.
I could, being that I am internship trained, like I could do, like get an ER position at this point, which I probably will do. I don't know if I want to go into general practice yet. It's a very different way of practicing, and I like emergency. Like I said, like I like people come to you because they want something fixed for the most part. So I think that's something I'll probably do in the meantime, but maybe I'll own my own practice. Maybe, and you can always go back and specialize. So if I decide I want to specialize in critical care later, then maybe I'll do that. I don't have to go into that right now necessarily.
How many specializations are there? Like, is there?
I forgot the number. There's a lot. You can be a surgery, neurology, oncology, ophthalmology, dermatology, internal medicine,
It's
cardiology.
like the same with humans.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, I mean, the reason I ask is like you're saying, there's a million different specializations with humans, but I feel like the medical field for human specialization is significantly larger than what it would be for animals.
Yeah, it's a little more broken down. Like the ear, nose, and throat doctor. We don't have that.
Right. Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, you're usually like an internal medicine specialist or a surgeon or something, depending on what the underlying problem is. Certainly is more than capable of handling something like that. It's pretty amazing how many different specialties there are now. I'm very lucky because I work in a hospital where we have the big ones. So I think we have like 6 or 7 different specialists in the hospital that I can ask anything. If I have a question about, an eyeball that, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I can go talk to the ophthalmologist and be like, hey, can you look at this eyeball for me? Stuff like that.
It's not in the dog anymore, but take a look at this.
Yeah. It's like stuff like that, which is pretty amazing. So dentistry, it's a new one.
Biotechnology. Into it.
What? Veterinary biotechnology?
Yeah.
Like cats with like robot legs?
I hope so.
Prosthetics.
Fucking awesome. Let's do this. Let's find out about it.
I'm okay with this.
I'm so okay with
scares
this.
me.
Skank is uncomfortable.
Is this like the RFDI chip or
Let's
RFID, whatever it is?
No. But also, think about it this way. Biotechnology is cloning. That's all we've cloned so far is animals. So that's biotechnology.
Yeah, what's the name of that sheep?
Dolly?
Dolly the sheep, and then Aspen the cow. That was actually where I did my undergrad. We cloned the cow, the first cow.
Dolly the sheep is like crazy, like because people, it's a pretty well known thing. Mm-hmm. But it was something crazy. Like it was to create Dolly the sheep. It was like of 800 embryos that were created, and then of the 800 12 of them or something like that actually came into gestation. Yeah, and then 3 of them were actually born.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's people think, oh yeah, we can clone sheep. No. It's such a tiny percent.
Yeah.
That actually survived.
It's so complex.
And it looks,
Dolly got that shitty underbite.
It's black jaw, but that's alright.
Sloth of sheep.
It's like the royal family of sheep right now. Breeding, fucking scratching the bottom of the barrel.
Dolly looks like one of those girls that will smell the napkin.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
The girls that go swimming with Skango.
I was trying to stay away from that.
Oh, after they get out there.
That's their O face. Or their face.
See, that's a good looking sheep. That's what they're supposed to look like.
That's the kind of sheep that pushes back, right? That sheep's got better hair than you.
Whoa.
What the fuck is that?
Look, that's like the same face.
Is that Pat?
Yes, Pat, yeah.
Oh my God.
Picture of Pat put up on
Or
Monday.
Oh my God.
That I'm going to put up every Monday from here on out.
No, you need to pick stitch it with that fucking sheep.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll happen.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Alright, moving on, because
We're going down the road.
we got weird real quick. I was busy cleaning up the drink that I spilled, so what was the last thing you guys talked about? I lost the conversation for a second there.
All the different things in
Different specialties, and then we got into the biotechnology.
Okay.
Veterinary specialty. Can you get into biotechnology as a specialty? Just because I want to know all about the weird shit that goes on.
Oh yeah, that's like a lot of research stuff. Not so much practicing, obviously, because you're dealing with things on the cellular level. I think it's super interesting, and it's always constantly evolving. And we've made so much progress since then. It's pretty impressive.
It's funny because we have these recurring themes with the podcast with everybody we talk to. There's always themes that coming up. And on our last podcast, we had a guy named Joe Lobianco who made a short film about clones. And we got off into tangents. Obviously, as you can tell what happens in the conversation. We go off in tangents, but we got onto biotechnology with humans, and it's a really emergent field. And there's a guy named Ray Kurzweil who's one of the prominent people in that field. They're on the road to nanotechnology inside of biotechnology, where they're literally going to be injecting
tiny robots
into
Yeah.
your bloodstream and
Into
stuff
people,
like that. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And there are so many different genetic markers that will trigger the nanobots to do certain things, and during certain stress responses, they'll do other things. It's really fucking trippy.
Well, animals are the first
line.
First line that unfortunately, they're going to test them on. They've been doing a lot of it on mice lately.
Well, even was it? I just read this article that it was where they injected nanobots into cockroaches, I think, and based on certain activities that they're doing. Oh, look at this guy on fucking top of the shit right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Way to go, research team Ott.
So yeah, this was the article that I was reading, and basically, so 1/1000th of a meter.
That's like
So
that's
they're
like
responding to chemical cues inside of the
Right, based
the
on
robot.
certain activities and certain stress responses, certain things that.
Oh, damn it. Eric, go back to that, please. It's just like a logic gate in a computer. An X and Y or X or Y gate. Wow. Holy shit.
it's crazy.
Oh, wow. So the robots are functioning like gates inside of a computer. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking genius.
So for those of us who don't know what that is, what is that?
It'll.
You want to take the lead on this one?
What is a gate in a computer?
I'm not. I
wouldn't do it justice.
I'll butcher it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not smart enough to understand it well enough
read
to
any of
explain
these,
it.
There's a few articles if you Google. So nanobots inside of animals. There's a few articles that you can
Well, so
read
like gates in
about
a computer is like it's like logic controller program. So it's like
You
like
already lost me.
Yeah, if A then B, if C then D,
Yeah,
if
it's-
things like that.
yeah,
Right,
it's like basic functions, like basic controller functions. If I
It's-
understand it correctly.
it's not even an algorithm. It's before, like, an algorithm is a series of gates that would become like these are the
Get to an outcome.
right to get to an outcome. So they're even before it's an algorithm. There are all these different series that
They're
goes
rules
through.
almost essentially.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's like he said, if it's not A, then it has to be B. It's based on on the rules of logic. So it's like
P, then
there's two functions that you're gonna send a command and it's got two functions. If it's not this one, it's the other one essentially.
Yeah.
Like to really dumb it down as it's all like logic controllers, like logic board controllers are like what they use in like oil refineries and stuff like that. Anything a logic board controller, a programmable logic board controller is like what controls oil refineries, any kind of like even nuclear reactors, shit like that, and they're super basic. And this is really related, but they're the most easily hackable things. So that's what, like, if you were gonna hack into like a fucking oil refinery, you want to set the fucking bitch on fire by fucking with like the air levels inside of like one of their gas containers, you would do it through their programmable logic.
It's
board.
because
So
they have to be
I
very.
can hack into a cockroach now. That's what's happening.
Well, yeah. In theory, if you have $1 billion to spend on nanobots, yes, you can fucking hack into a cockroach and do
Cockroach
all kinds of
army.
That's frightening.
Oh my god. You gotta say it. You gotta
Okay.
say it. You gotta
All right,
say the
yes.
text that we just got.
So Britt is here. As I said earlier, he texted me the headshot thing. Dude, you crushing it tonight, by the way. And he just texted me what we should call our research team for the night. You ought to know. Hey, and you're killing it on the research.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
That's a new T-shirt
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. That's right up there with
Oh my
G-string.
God.
You're not using DuckDuckGo, you're using Google.
Six Borough Podcast, you ought to know.
Yeah.
Like Eric Ott with Alanis Morissette hair.
I'm into it.
One hand smoking a cigarette, the other typing on the computer.
So that's apparently 2 T-shirts. So we have that. We have the G-string theory also.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I gotta research that.
You ought
Next
to know.
Wednesday.
Well done, Britt. Britt, by the way, is Liz's boyfriend. He's also the real life Billy Madison. But you'll be on the podcast another time. For now, keep killing it in the background.
He's our good buddy. If you saw our piano my piano picture, it was at his house. The best picture ever. We did put that on the Six Borough Podcast page.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric Ott made everybody's Monday by posting that one.
There's also one of me dressed as a hot dog eating a hot dog.
Cannibalism.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
We just went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I lost where we were. We ended up in
we
nanotechnology, logic gates, and then you ought to know. Liz, bring us back. Talk about veterinarians.
Talk about cute puppies.
I'm so distracted by the screen right now. I don't even know what's happening.
So how's your dog?
He's good.
One who set up a play date.
Right?
That's a handsome son of a bitch, Logan.
Thanks. He's a handsome guy.
Every time I see him, I'm like, this dog, I feel like he's going to get even bigger because his paws are huge.
He's got massive feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just, he's doing well. He was actually just hospitalized. He was at work with me for a little while. But he's doing a lot better. So, he's home now.
Do you get to bring him into work, like to hang out?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be doing paperwork and he'll just be hanging out with me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's my paperwork buddy. It's the perks of the job. I take him with me every day and...
I was going to say, that's bullshit. I wish I could fucking bring Kona to come do paperwork with me.
Yeah.
Crap.
He's definitely spoiled that way. He gets all the attention, and then we both go, because I was on overnight, so then we both go home and we sleep, and then we both go back to work again.
He's part Great Dane, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got a real soft spot for Great Danes.
I know.
I had 2 of them as a kid, so yeah.
They're great.
They're
That's
the
what I want my
best
next
dogs.
dog to be.
They are the best dogs, man.
Yeah.
She was my dog Prancer. So we had Prancer, and then she had puppies. She had 8 puppies,
Oh, wow.
and we kept one, and then
Who was a dancer?
no, we had Prancer and Simba.
And Simba? Nice.
Yeah, because my friend Cassandra used to live down the block from me, and she took one of the puppies and they named her Nala.
Oh.
So we kept the other one and we called him Simba. Yeah, no, they
It's
were
a circle of life.
They were brother and sister,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they weren't
yeah,
doing
they
the
were
funny
mine.
business.
They're dogs, so they...
Well, I mean, yeah,
don't
but
funny business,
they
let's be honest.
they were
Hopefully
separated
not.
by 5 houses, so it didn't really work out. But yeah, Simba and Prancer. You know what's funny is I actually meant to ask you about this before, but we had other things to talk about. So the night before my dad came to get her, she would not leave me alone. Like I swear to God, to this day, I felt like she knew,
Yeah.
because she would not leave me alone, and she was never really like that, where she would be like pushing, and you're like she would sit on the couch like a human being. She'd put her hind legs on the couch. She's gigantic.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, they're huge.
So she would sit on the couch like a human being, basically, but she would I remember she just wouldn't leave me alone. She would park it on me, stick her face in my face, and wouldn't leave me alone. And I remember I had a bunch of friends over, and we were trying to, we were young, we were 16 years old. We were trying to play video games.
Yeah.
But she would just keep getting in my business. And she was 8 years old, so she was past that stage of being a puppy, you want your attention all the time. She just wouldn't leave me alone. I remember we were leaving that night, and she was blocking the door and was just all over me, wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And then obviously the next day, I never saw her again after that, because I remember I left that night and I stayed at my buddy Dave's. I slept over my buddy Dave's, and that's when my dad called me after picking her up to tell me. He's like, you got to come home. And I already knew, I knew it. But I was just like, man, I felt like she knew almost.
Yeah.
It was so fucking weird, because she never acted like that. I really kind of think she knew.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any experience with that, and do you, when the dogs come in, do you get a vibe out of them? Do they know it's a wrap for them?
Yeah, I mean, they they definitely know more than we do, in that regard, when it's near the end, and and you kind of just have to, I mean, obviously, as the owner, you know them best, you know what's going on, her normal, and it's, I wish that they could tell us, hey, this is what's going on, but it's the little things like that we pick up on, that me as a veterinarian, may not notice,
Right.
It's that relationship with the owners that really, can be the big indicator with what's truly going on.
Have you had owners kind of feel have similar things?
Yeah.
When they dog acted funny, it's I read a thing, and I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of dogs when they know they're gonna die, there's dog they would go hide somewhere. That's it. What is that about?
It's in that movie Marley and Me, the saddest movie ever. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's a big
Spoiler
thing.
alert.
Why do they do
Cheating in the last 10 years.
Why do they do that?
They don't really know. I think it's just a way of, like, self-conservation, I guess, is, the only conclusion that people have been able to come up with. If I'll hide, I'll be safe. But no one really knows, why they do it. And, dogs to this day still do it, and people don't really know why.
Okay.
But...
Yeah, so my dog was the complete opposite. She just got right in my business. Didn't want to leave me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll go both ways, where they'll be, on top of them, or, an owner will come in and be like, we call it ADR, so ain't doing right. Where it's like, I don't know what's
That's the
wrong.
same as can't get right.
Yeah. The owners will come in and be like, I don't know what's wrong, but I know that something's off. And then we, further investigate stuff, and half the time we actually find something. So, just because it may sound silly, the dog's in for ADR, but, it could potentially be something pretty serious. It's not something that you necessarily blow off.
I'm going to start using that for just, people in my journal life. You're ADR right now, bro. I got to get away from you. What's going on with you and that chick? ADR, bro. We ain't doing right. That's got a lot of real world application.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
really
using that.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, did you see Skanga last night? He was ADR.
That's what I'm doing right.
That's what you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah. Your ADR,
my best.
your AD, my ADR is you at your best. I would be, if I got like you, I would be doing right. But you shine in those moments. Yeah.
I thrive on being drunker than everyone.
You're really good at
You
it.
really are. It's impressive.
Yeah.
You gotta know your lane and stay in it.
You make an adorable hot dog. ADR. I really like that. Really, really like that. That's got a lot of... It's versatile.
It is. It's quite versatile.
Very, very versatile. Oh, there it is. We are on our Instagram page right now, and we posted on Monday the picture of Mike Skanga, and then it's gone. What are we?
Beyond the candelabra.
What is this? Where are you going? Oh my god! I'm so glad you just did that, Erica. We're getting a side by side of this. Oh my god! You ought to know is killing it, right? Holy shit!
You could be, yeah.
So behind the candelabra, he's the gay dude, right?
It's the story of Liberace.
All right. So Skanga, you are Liberace. The resemblance is uncanny. Holy shit!
I'm better dressed than Liberace.
I don't know about that, dude.
whoa,
You're
whoa,
not.
whoa.
He's a gay guy. They're the best dressed people on the planet.
Take that back right now.
I match really well. All right.
You might match well. That doesn't mean you're better dressed.
Together that day.
That doesn't mean you're better dressed than fucking
I was in
Liberace.
casual clothing, but I was very put together, and he's just too over the top.
You have a hat on. Your hair's not even out, so that's not the best outfit you've ever been in ever.
Yeah. But
you lose by that.
See that my hat matches my pants and my shirt matches my shoes, and it all works together. I don't know what the question is here.
We're talking about Liberace, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over the top. That's not
Doesn't
well
matter.
dressed.
Dude, that guy, he
Walk
looks like a
around dressed
count.
like that.
He's a count. That's the most best dressed count of all time. This guy's wearing a fucking
Look at
flamingo
that
suit.
fucking hair.
You're not beating a flamingo suit, dog.
Look at that hair.
Look at those sides.
There's not a fucking single strand of hair out of place.
Yeah.
On your best day.
That guy. Hold on.
Wow.
To keep this, don't leave this image. Don't leave this image.
I want to leave the room right now.
Hold on. Don't leave this image. What he's wearing right now, do you remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Remember when
Yes.
Will would wear his
Yes.
jacket inside out?
Yep.
Where do you think he got it from? This guy
Go with not
fucking
him.
Liberace.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Look at that picture. You tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Wow.
you dress better than him.
There's no way.
Okay. So, he definitely went over the top.
Yeah.
No, hold on. This guy,
But he owns it.
listen, he looks like he literally just walked out of a fucking cotton candy factory, and he's the happiest person on the planet. I don't know, Skanga. It's tough. Whoa, what's going on here? Look at the high socks. These guys got twisted board socks on.
Wow.
Get a picture of him at the piano. Let's see if we have the same type of picture. Liberace at a piano.
It's gonna be tough for you to beat Liberace.
Yeah, but he knows how to play the piano, so, I mean... he wins.
I mean, there's got to be a picture of him sitting similar to me.
Oh, there it is.
Is he wearing a blazer?
Who did it better?
Look at that. Dude, there's not a shred of hair.
Not a strand of fucking hair out of place. Perfect coif.
Hold on. Let's ask our guest. You're the judge. This is up to you.
Oh, man. It's pretty close.
He's never got a strand of hair out of place.
Wait, don't. We can't influence.
No,
him.
I'm looking at the pictures. Like,
We got Liz, you're the ultimate decider here.
Wait.
There it is right there.
Nailed it.
There it is.
Oh, side by side it. Oh my god.
Oh, he's got a good suit on too, though.
He's well dressed there. Yes.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
He's a handsome man in that picture.
I gotta get a picture. This is going on the Instagram. Liz, you gotta be the judge.
Oh, man.
That's not fair. I've had better hair days than he has right there. Easily.
Liz, you gotta make the call.
I don't know. He's in a suit.
He's got the suit.
It's
got the
okay.
suit.
He's Liberace. He at least knows how to play the piano. I'll give him that one.
No, we need finality. You gotta make the call. Is it Liberace? You going with Liberace?
He's got the candelabras there. He's got the suit.
Yeah, he wins. Look at his swimming pool. Straight up.
Come on now.
That's fucking awesome.
As a former pool guy, you have to appreciate that.
Oh my god, man.
As a pool guy, I see pool boy.
Cool, man.
Alright, pool boy.
Wow.
So we're going Liberace, right?
Yeah.
Liberace.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. This dude, yeah. Sorry, you're not fucking with Liberace, dude.
I would love to see you dressed as Liberace for Halloween, though.
Let's Amazon it right now.
I'll pay for that.
Are there Liberace? go to Amazon right now. Why not?
I'd be a matador. I'm not. You can get me a Liberace outfit. I'm sure it'll look like a matador.
Hold on. Can we find a happy medium? You could be Liberace playing the guitar.
Oh.
I feel like that's a Joseph Benavidez outfit right there.
The piano belt, yeah.
I'm gonna look like that weird guy who plays in that band Weird Science that plays at the beach.
No, that guy looks
Dumb
ridiculous.
outfit with his guitar.
If I get you a guitar, would you be Liberace playing the guitar for Halloween?
If you get me a guitar, I will do by fucking Monday. I will do anything.
Let's get on Amazon right now. Let's get this done.
I want a legit guitar. I don't want like a blow up one. I want a guitar where I can play fucking music while I'm walking down the street.
Well, all right, hold on.
To play like you learned to play the ukulele?
Right, that's where I was going with this.
No, you said you gave me a guitar. I'm not promising I'm going to learn it. 'Cause I'm going to play with it for like a week and then I'm going to be over it.
It's going to be right next to the ukulele.
All right, but you can't know Justin Bieber songs on the guitar.
That's bullshit.
No, it's not.
No, just what about Miley Cyrus?
That's fine. If you play Party in the USA on a guitar, I'm into that.
How are you gonna? I'm a believer, bro.
Stop.
I need to
Stop
play
it.
Bieber.
Stop it. Stop it.
Guitar.
Stop it. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself right now. Is this a costume?
Is it too late now?
Vintage.
It's $249 fucking dollars.
You're gonna wear that
I'm
every
guessing
day.
it's probably not this size.
No. What do you want? Etsy? Where are we on the internet
I
right
think
now?
that
Go to the dark place.
We're in a dark place.
I've gotten a lot of costumes from Etsy before.
You know,
Hey.
let's not go down that rabbit. Wow.
that's impressive.
Wow.
Does that say magma?
Yeah.
No, manga.
Manga. Sorry.
I don't even know what that means.
You know what? I don't want to know. I'm okay with it.
Just to be clear, we haven't talked about anything vet related in about 15 minutes. We've gone down a deep hole. This is what happens.
I mean, the
is
whole
what happens.
Liberace comparison was pretty epic.
Yeah. Well,
Britt just killing it again.
oh my God, Brett is just the pick stitch king.
Yes.
No, you
Love
gotta listen. I'm gonna send you the picture that I took. You gotta find this one, and pick stitch it for us. I'll
I
send
don't
it to
know.
you.
I think this might even be a better picture.
It's not.
Like they go with this.
It's not. Britt, get on it. I sent you the picture. Find that picture. And
Send
pick
this to
stitch
the
it.
Hollywood executives. The next Liberace movie. I'm the star.
I would fucking pay to watch. I'd go see that in the movie theater. in like these days, taking time
That's
out to
tough.
go see a movie is like
Says a lot.
Yeah. Let's be honest. There's not a lot of movies worth going to anymore these days.
No.
So,
Even if they are, they're out in
Yeah.
fucking a month and a half anyway.
Right.
So
Like,
it's
I would-
I'll wait 6 weeks and I'll see them.
I would go see you in IMAX, dog. Yeah.
They'd probably shoot you in 3D. That's when you know a movie's big.
Yeah. Real D. You get that real D.
If it's a Liberace movie, I don't think he wants to. I'm gonna say he's gonna skip the real D.
Well,
Anyway,
the good news is Liberace's dead. Right?
I'm getting that real D
He might have gotten that. He might have gotten that HIV.
from the real.
Allegedly. Did he die of HIV? What Liberace die?
Pretty sure.
It was the HIV. All right. Yeah, I didn't think that was too much of a reach.
No.
I'm not up on my
You gotta
Liberace
watch
facts.
Beyond the Candelabra.
Dude, you know what? Like, it was on
It's
HBO
actually a
all the
really
time.
good movie. It's a good movie.
I had a hard time with Michael Douglas. He was super creepy in that shit.
He's super creepy, next level.
Yeah.
And he makes out with Morky Mork up in there. It's wild.
Michael Douglas, only white man that ever made me moist. Name that movie. Name that movie.
It's not even Professor.
Yes.
But
Yes.
It's
Yes. It's amazing.
not.
Yo, Britt is a fucking G. That took you like all of 6 seconds. He nailed it. Look at that. That was the best pick stitch of all time. We gotta put this on the fucking...
Hashtag who did it better.
That's-
Send it to me.
That's gotta go on Instagram right away. Is that not an epic one?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I think I like the other one with the cape better.
No, because this is like... He's at the piano. It's perfect. You know what? You got. You know what? Your face structure's kind of similar now that I look at this. Like,
You lost a few. You might be able to pull off.
tell me I'm wrong. Are their facial structures a little similar? If Skanga dropped like a couple
Yeah.
LBs, you guys got the same nose.
We do.
You and Liberace got the same
Cheekbones.
nose.
I could totally play this guy. I'd have to shave my beard.
You couldn't play the piano or the nutsack like that guy, though. Let's be honest.
I mean,
Win
I've
some,
never
you
done
lose
either, but you don't know until I try.
I feel like
I could be one of those guys who just start playing the piano and it makes sense.
you're just a savant.
Yeah. I'm like Will Hunting with math, but with the piano.
Okay. I'm starting to feel like we should just wrap this fucking up.
Yeah,
We're around an hour.
The wheel,
should have done that 20 minutes ago.
the wheels are coming off this bitch fast. Liz, you got anything you want to add?
Oh, this has been fantastic, guys. Thank you.
No, thanks for coming to hang out with us. I mean, so like this is, you know,
That's what we do.
this is why, you know, it's not an interview or anything like that. You know, we're just really sitting around shooting the shit. You have no idea. We never know where anything's gonna go. But I think that's.
Veterinary medicine straight to Liberace.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew?
I don't even know how we ended up there.
Yeah.
No idea.
Honestly, if
Let's go
you
for
gave me
bio-
10 guesses, I would have landed on Liberace.
The fuck out of
What?
here.
What does that mean?
It's always on my mind.
Okay. So how many dudes have smelt the fucking rag from you?
What?
The chloroform rag.
Oh, no.
No?
No, just a couple drops in your
All right, so it's not gay. It just feels good, right?
He doesn't like goldfish.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right. So I don't. You know, you got like an Instagram you want to plug, anything like that, so we can give you some love.
Yeah, sure. Liz _Underwood.
Unda UNDA.
DAWOOD. Sometimes I post some vet stuff on there, so if you're interested.
All right.
Check it out.
Shout out to you, ought to know. Good job with the stick tonight.
Killing it.
Britt Rose, the backup.
Britt Rose killing it tonight.
Big Stitcher.
Yeah, we might have to hire you, Britt. You fucking did a kick-ass job tonight. You were like on it. You want a job? No. All right.
He's like, nah.
internship.
Yeah, it's not really a job. We ain't
Yeah.
paying you anyway.
We don't pay him.
We're paying booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Skanga might tickle your ivory like Liberace, too.
He'll do his hair and everything for it.
Done worse.
We know.
All right, so Liz, thank you. Before we got off the rails into the comedy show, it was actually pretty informative. So
Interesting,
actually,
informative.
I really did enjoy
Yeah.
the first half when we were being serious.
Thands for the invite.
Yeah.
So if you get into biotechnology in veterinary work,
I'll let you guys
appreciate
know.
it.
I'll
Come
buy
back.
some nano robots from you.
Yeah.